Hey everybody, welcome back to Meals with Marsha. Today I'm going to make some homemade cornbread. My husband had asked me, he said, you not already made cornbread on your page? And I'm like, no, haven't never done it. So we're going to do it today. My mom's the one that taught me how to make cornbread, and like I said, she's a great biscuit maker and a cornbread maker. So this is basically her recipe that I use. And sometimes if you're in a real hurry, if you get cornmeal mix, which is what I'm using today, you can just take water and put in it and make cornbread, especially if you're going to do dressing or something like that. But this is the one we like to eat with pinto beans and other things that we have, and we love to take it right out of the oven, and we like to slice it and put some real butter on there and let that melt. There's nothing like a good warm piece of cornbread with some butter on it. So anyway, let's get started. So first thing I do is I take my iron skillet, and I'm just using this one. This is I call it medium, small, medium, whatever you want to call it, iron skillet. Excuse me. And I put Crisco shortening in it. I usually take a tablespoon of the Crisco shortening and I just rub it in there with my hands so I can coat the pan. Now, a lot of people put this in the oven and heat their pan before they put their cornbread in there, but I have never done that. My mama never did that, and my cornbread always turns out real crispy. So you can do that if you want to, but that's just something I've never done. And like I said, when I do my recipes, I usually try to bake it and then take it out and let you see the finished result. So you can tell if you think that you need to do that, then that's perfectly fine. But I have never, ever heated my skillet first. I always put it in a cold skillet and put it straight in the oven. So the first thing I did was I preheated my oven to 450 degrees. And so it would be ready because I want my oven to be hot when I put my cornbread in. Now the next thing is I did 2 cups of the cornmeal mix. I use the White Lily. It's got a scarecrow on the front of it. You do not have to use that. But the cornmeal mix, it's already got flour mixed in it, and so it'll rise, so you don't have to mix flour in with your cornmeal. So that's why I use it, but that's the one I use. It's the buttermilk cornmeal mix with the scarecrow. And I got 2 cups of that in there. And then I'm going to add 1 egg. And then this is optional too. I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar. Some people do not like sugar in their cornbread. They hate it. And you can just omit that if you don't. But this is what I've always done. Just a tablespoon of sugar. All right. And then I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. And this is how Mom did it. And like I said, it is delicious. Heaping tablespoon, I guess you would say. Not just a regular tablespoon. And then I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Now, when I do my buttermilk, it may not make it like thin enough. When you stir it up, it may still be thick, and I just add water to get it to the right consistency. So here we go. 1/2 cup buttermilk. Let me stir that around and see where we're at here. Yeah, it's going to be too dry, and that's okay. We'll just add water till we get it to the right consistency. I got a cup of water here. I'm just going to do a little bit. Maybe another 1/4 cup, maybe. And cornbread batter is kind of thick anyway, but you don't want it so thick you can't hardly stir it. A little bit more. Yeah, it's getting there now. We're going to do it, stir it up really good. So that's about how you want it. You want it to kind of be a little jiggly, but kind of thick too. All right, so here we go. We're going to pour it in our iron skillet. Now, you can easily double this recipe and use a larger iron skillet. I do recommend using an iron skillet because it gets that crust, and like I said, we love cornbread, but the crust is the thing that really makes us love it that much more. So, all right, just smooth it out in there. Make sure you get it all off the sides. All right, there it is. I'm gonna put this in the oven, and I'm gonna cook it about 17 to 20 minutes. I will try my best to time it so that I can give y'all the exact time. But now every oven's a little bit different, but you'll know when it is ready. So I'm gonna put this in, and I'll come back and I'll show you the results in just a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back. I just took my cornbread out of the oven. Now I had to bake it for 24 minutes, okay? I said 17, but it took 24. Sometimes things are different. Now this is my iron skillet, and I'm just going to turn it out into this plate. Okay. All right, there you go, and it's a crispy crust, and it's piping hot, and we're going to cut that up, and we're going to have some butter on that here in a little while. If you like this, please like the video on my YouTube and subscribe to Meals with Marsha, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.